All right, so today, the first lesson is 5.1. Under this new unit, I can perform operations with functions and compose functions. So it's not that bad today. This unit is very quick. It's 2 sections this first week. So if you're a sword, you should watch a video today and you'll do the assignment on Tuesday, and you watch this video Wednesday and do this assignment Thursday. And the following week, we'll have a review and a test. All right, so let's get started. Compositions of functions, we will use the output of one function for the input of another function. So this goofy looking thing right here represents the composition when you see a parentheses in a parentheses, and we say it like f of g of x. So that's g of x, but then you have f of g of x. So it's kind of confusing, but really all we're doing is plugging in numbers here, and that is essentially it. So you start on the inside, the innermost, and we have g of 3. So I need to find, they will give you whatever f of x is and g of x, or whatever letters they use. So in this case, we're going to start with g. So if I plug 3, I would start like g of 3 equals, and I'm going to plug 3 in for x. So I have 3 squared minus 2. And then you just simplify. So 3 squared is 9 minus 2, and that equals 7. Now that was g of 3. That was the innermost. So that now is going to go inside and replace g of 3. Since g of 3 equals 7, we now need f of 7. So that answer is going to go in there for the outermost function. And now we go to f. So f is x plus 5. So 7 is becoming x. So 7 plus 5. And that, of course, is 12. And that is the final answer. So the first one might be a little confusing, but just watch it again if you need to, and we'll go from there. So let's try a second one. This time f is on the inside, so we're going to start with f. And I'm going to use 3. So f of 3, and I'm going to the function f. So 3 is replacing x. So 3 plus 5, that equals 8. So f of 3 equals 8. So now we have g of 8. Remember, that is just going on the inside then. So now I'm going back to g, and 8 is now replacing the x. So we have 8 squared minus 2. 8 squared is 64, and 64 minus 2 is 62. So that's really pretty much it. Not a whole lot of math going on here. Innermost, f of x. So I'm going to go and do f of x. So you might be asking, well, what is x? Well, x is x. We don't have a number value for it, so I'm just going to plug x in for x, as crazy as that sounds. So f of x is x plus 5. So I plugged x in for x. That can't get simplified, so this is our answer. Just like over here, we got 8 as our answer. 8 got plugged in, so x plus 5 is going to now get plugged in for g. X plus 5. Okay, so I'm going to g. X squared, this is x, so I have x plus 5 squared minus 2. So we're going to have to multiply this out. That's the same thing as x plus 5 times x plus 5 minus 2. So you can box method or FOIL. If we FOIL it, x times x, x times 5, 5 times x, and 5 times 5. And then we have that minus 2 out there. Combine like terms, those two and those two. So we get x squared plus 10x plus 23 is our final answer, because none of those are like, they cannot be combined. All right, we are halfway through. So that is the evaluating functions, and now we are going to, well, no, we have one more here, I'm sorry. And then we'll get to multiplying, subtracting, f of g of x. So this time, g of x is on the inside, so g of x equals x squared minus 2. Again, nothing we can do here because x is x, so we can't simplify this. So that is our answer getting plugged in for f. So f of x squared minus 2. So now I'm going to f. Whatever letter is outside the parentheses is the function you use. So I'm going to use that x plus 5 function. So this is our x squared minus 2 plus 5. And there's no multiplying here, so we can just simplify this. X squared, and we have minus 2 plus 5 is a plus 3. So that is our answer for that one. Okay, now we're getting into where you have to perform some operations on some functions. In this case, we have subtraction. So f of x, well, what is f of x? That was x plus 5. And then you're going to subtract g of x. And g of x was the other one, the x squared minus 2. X squared minus 2. And then you're just going to do algebra 1 here. We can remove the parentheses, x plus 5. Now I'm going to change that to addition. And then remember what happens, everything to the right has to switch. That becomes a negative x squared, and that will become a positive 2. And you combine like terms, put them in standard form. So in order, this is our only x squared. So we have negative x squared. This is our only x. So we have a positive x, and then a constant of 5 and a constant of 2 make 7. So that is the final answer there for the subtraction. You have a dot in the middle. That means multiplication. So f of x, again, is x plus 5 and multiplied by g of x. And g of x was x squared minus 2. So you're going to have to do, I'll do the box method on this one. So we have x and 5 and x squared minus 2. Feel free to use FOIL if that's your preferred method. X times x squared, add the exponents, so x to the third, x times negative 2, negative 2x. X squared times 5, 5x squared, and negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. So now you're just going to combine these, and these two they are not able to be combined because that is an exponent of 2, that is an exponent of 1. So writing it in standard form in order, that's our highest degree. So we have x to the third, a positive 5x2 minus 2x, and a minus 10 as our final answer. So that is the video for today. If you're a sword, on Tuesday you will do the homework on this. If you are a shield, you will do the homework on this in class on Wednesday. All right.